So most of you guys know who Stuart Varney is. He is Fox News' angry British guy. He's also the guy who's known as hating poor people because he once famously did a segment where he pointed out that poor people, well, they're not actually poor if you own a refrigerator or a microwave. Wonderful, right? So now, of course, in his anti-poor segments, he's going to wade into the debate about the minimum wage, and he's going to show us the kind of person he is. Now, he had on the CEO of Applebee's to go in and talk to about the minimum wage, and this is the discussion that they had. Let's take a look.
I think this is a tragedy.
Yeah.
Because all those entry-level positions are going because some people now get 15 bucks an hour. You with me?
I'm with you 100%. It's all done under the guise of helping the working man. What about the guy who loses his job? How much should they help him?
This is all the result of regulatory changes like
100%.
Obamacare and the $15 per hour. That's
We're
it.
100%.
Okay, so look, it's a tragedy. Well, I love how he says it's a tragedy that more people are getting money. Like, people are actually getting paid a living wage. Oh my God, that's a tragedy, tragedy. See, here's the thing, right? So, look, he says, no, you don't understand. I care about the working man. I care about the people who lose their jobs. That's why I care so much. No. You don't actually care about that. No, the whole thing is that it's political. He's trying to tell people that, see, if these corporations are forced to pay people more, well, then they're going to fire people, right? And so you should never support a minimum wage increase at all, no matter what it is. Like a news for you, Stuart. Not only is there no research that says that minimum wage increases destroy jobs or lead to more, vastly more unemployment, which is what you're pointing out, but actually raising the minimum wage is actually pretty good, not only for companies, but for workers as well. And look, the companies, it's not like we're asking companies that are barely making it by to go and raise their wages. No, these are profitable multi-billion-dollar companies. Yeah, of course they can afford it. But like all corporations, of course, they are there to maximize shareholder profits. Now, here's the thing, right? So now later in that segment, of course, they talk about automation, right? So what they're trying to do, and I love this narrative now, like, well, because these wage increases, we're going to get more automation, right? No, you don't understand. Automation is coming no matter what. It doesn't matter if the wage stays down to $7.25 an hour, $9 an hour, or $15 an hour. Automation is going to take over anyway, because that's what happens. Look, you didn't think that they could stop, for example, the automobile. I mean, horse and buggy drivers, well, they would have loved to stop the automobile, but you can't. And there are certain things that you cannot stop progress on, which is why we actually do need to think about doing something like a minimum income, like a universal basic income. Because at some point, the robots are going to take over. And I don't mean the corporations. The robots are actually going to do all the menial jobs. And we have to address that, or else we're going to end up having a pretty dystopian future where there's a permanent unskilled underclass. We don't want to go that direction. Now, Stuart Varney's like, no, I'm fine with actually going that direction. But anyway, now, I want to go back to, and away from the discussion about automation and go back to the wage. And they're going to continue this discussion. And this is where Stuart Varney is at his Varneyest. Watch.
Do tips go down?
No, because it doesn't affect tips. It's all on the employer, the $15.
Yeah, but if I walk into a restaurant and I know that the waiter or waitress is making 15 bucks an hour, way more than they used to make the previous year, and I'm going to think, oh, wait a minute, are you going to give me, am I going to give you 20%, 15%, or 10% or whatever?
Stuart, we haven't seen that as of yet.
Okay.
It's an interesting observation, and it might be down the road, but this is all sort of brand new right now.
So, okay, so amazing, right? Well, I'm not going to tip my server. I mean, if I know they're getting a living wage, then why am I going to give them a tip? I mean, who cares about the service, right? What's the whole point of a gratuity is to reward them for their good service and make sure that they can survive. Well, now $15 an hour, yes, they can survive. But nonetheless, Stuart Varney, a millionaire, is saying, you know what? No, I'm not going to tip people. You know why? Because even though I'm rich, I don't think they deserve any more. And that's what this is about, right? No, you guys, you're getting $15 an hour, but you don't actually deserve it. So you don't deserve any more since you're already taking so much money from this corporation. This poor corporation. That's who Stuart Varney is. Again, douchebag millionaire, right? Look, I wouldn't be surprised if something a little special got into a special sauce. I'm not saying people should do it, but I'm just saying don't be surprised if that happens.